In this video, we explore the capital of Sri Lanka, Colombo. We see a stunning Buddhist temple, a colorful Hindu temple, walk around the fort area of the city, and see a traditional cultural show, plus lots of places from the bus. Join us. So we're in the Indian Ocean and Sri Lanka is just over there. Look at this sky. Wow. And the color of the water. Welcome to Colombo, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka used to be Ceylon, and they're known for tea, amongst other things, but Ceylon tea is still quite popular. You can see quite a few buildings from here. Sri Lanka is a country with a long history, but Colombo today is a modern city with a mixture of modern life, colonial buildings, and monuments. The Kelaniya or Kelaniya River is sacred in Sri Lanka because on his third visit to the country, the Buddha bathed himself not far from where this bridge was built. Colombo was made capital of Sri Lanka when it was ruled by the British Empire, and it retained that status when Sri Lanka became an independent nation in 1948. Colombo is also a city of gorgeous ancient temples. So this is the type of tree where a sapling has been planted here for thousands of years. This Buddhist temple from the 3rd century sits on the site of one of Buddha's 3 visits to the island. This is a Buddhist temple, one of 3 times that the Buddha visited Sri Lanka centuries ago. He visited here. I couldn't get enough of the intricate carvings and the statues. This place was gorgeous. These are guardians. So these statues are going to be the Buddhas in the next life?
85,000 years, 35,000 years, likewise. The lifespan of the
There are these niches all around the temple. They all have offerings and incense.
did it before, but a friend moved from.
The sand and buildings in the distance is Port City and is actually owned by China. They are building the city on land reclaimed from the sea. Our guide said it redrew the map of Sri Lanka. The fort area of Colombo is the financial and business district of the city. It is full of old colonial architecture. One spot that most tourists see is this supposed cell where the last king of Sri Lanka was kept. They're not certain. The story goes, when he was deposed by the British, he stayed in this cell until he was moved to India. I believe he said this was a Dutch hospital. He said leprosy was a problem back then. Now it's a shopping mall. So this was a lighthouse. And then they added a clock to it to make it a clock tower. This is an exact replica of the lighthouse at Galway in Ireland. So this was the Queen's house when Britain was here and is now the President's house.
Mid-17th century.
This was the first
Excuse
department
me,
store
18th
in Sri
century.
Lanka.
Later on, the British took it over. One Australian gentleman.
This Hindu temple, the oldest in Colombo, is astounding. The architecture, the colors, the sculptures, everywhere you look is just wow, wow. It must have taken such skill and so much time to create this gorgeous temple dedicated to the Hindu gods.
Taking the impact of the Ganges River to his head and cleaning the water out.
So there's a market right across from where the ship docks. So we're gonna look for some souvenirs. Always. Goodbye, Colombo. The people here are so nice. It's an interesting place. I'd love to come back to Sri Lanka and do some wildlife tours. It was a good day. It was hot. You know how they do in the US, they do a real feel. Well, the real feel was, what was it? 105 Fahrenheit. It's no wonder I was boiling. Oh, there was lightning. Did you see that? I hope I got that on camera. There was lightning just then. We're going through a thunderstorm. It's so humid. I bet it feels better after a storm. Well, goodbye, Colombo. Thank you. Next stop, Mumbai, India. Oh, never been to India. Oh, thunder. Ah. See you then. Thanks so much for watching. I'm on an amazing adventure with cruises in South Africa and a world cruise that has ports in Europe, South America, Australia, New Zealand, and Asia. So click the Travels with V and Steve icon below to subscribe so you don't miss a video.